Well, look at that flipping cloud over there now. I've come to Merthyr today. I wanted a day out yesterday really, but the weather was dodgy as anything. It was a beautiful blue sky when I set out, and now it's starting to cloud over. I've caught the bus in anyway to Merthyr Retail Park, well, Cyfartha Retail Park, but I'm actually heading to Cyfartha Park, I think it's called, and there's like a castle and museum. Well, it's not an actual castle. It's a big house and it's got a museum in it. I'm going there, but I'm hungry and I need a wee. The bus was so flipping late, so late, that I'm now starving and need the loo. So that's going to be my first port of call. I was originally planning to just pop into M&S and buy like a meal deal or something to take as a picnic, but I'm hungry now, so I'm thinking, oh, I'm just going to go to Costa and have the delicious mac and cheese that they do, because it's my absolute favourite. I love it. And a little coffee. I wasn't going to do this yet. I was going to have a coffee at the museum cafe, but anyway, the day is young. It's, I don't know what time it is, 1-ish, something like that. So I've got plenty of time. I'm going to have a nice leisurely lunch. I'm going to have a nice leisurely lunch and then I'm going to go on foot. It's about 22 minutes walk. I've looked on Google. Luckily there's a handy loo right by the Costa, so I've just used it and now I'm going in. Oh, thank you. There you go. Oh, I got one left. It's almost as if it was fate. Oh, look at all those. Anyway, I'm probably not getting a cake from here. I might from the castle maybe. I don't know where I'm going to sit. It's busy in here. I think I might be perching on a pew by the window. Hopefully that doesn't get taken. Well, luckily for me, I've managed to get a good perching spot right by the window so I can look out at the people passing by. I was nearly out there. This was literally, this one and that one was the last seat. So I've gone for a flat white, which she warmed the cup up for me actually, because I thought it was going to be outside, so she's pre-warmed the cup so it would stay warm for longer, so that's going to be super hot. And there's the delicious macaroni cheese. I'm so ready for this now as well. That was delish. That was delish. Time to go now. Hooray for sunshine. I can't even see the lens, let alone the monitor screen. The sun is right in my eyes. Anyway, it's this way, and I looked on Google Maps earlier. It's 22 minutes walk, and I'll have to put my phone on to look at the map after I get round out of the retail park. So let's see how long this actually takes, shall we? I just met a subscriber called Jan, who is really, really lovely. So if you're watching, hello Jan, and it was lovely to meet you. Well, I've got Google Maps on. It's currently in my pocket, so it's going to buzz from time to time and give me the odd shock. Yeah, I'm walking this way, 20 minutes from here apparently. I'm absolutely loving the range of colours here on the foliage. We've got the deep green from the ivy there, obviously, evergreen, and then we've got these yellows and the reddy oranges. It's just absolutely gorgeous. A shock of red all along here. I've got Christmas songs in my head now. I've got earworms. A woman was singing "Do They Know It's Christmas" wandering into a shop as I passed, and ever since then I'm just going through the whole repertoire in my head now and I can't do anything to stop it. This looks more like an art installation than whatever it's supposed to be. And in a world of plenty, that's a very aesthetically pleasing looking terrace there. Sort of steps down as it goes along its length, as it goes down the hill. I recognise that from a bus route, so I feel like I'm in familiar territory and probably heading in the right direction. Good old Google Maps. I wonder if I can cut up there or if that's completely the wrong way. I'm going to look at the map. No, I need to keep going. No, actually, common sense has taken over. I can get onto that same road that I'm going to get onto through there, so I will hop up there. I'm rather hoping it will just be at the top here, but I don't think it will be. Something behind a big wall, so maybe it is it, just not the entrance. Oh, that was a bit of a climb. Yeah, it is it, look. It's entrance is along there. Yeah, I think I recognise it. I can probably turn Google Maps off now. And then across over here while there's nothing coming. Marvellous. Here we go, we've reached the main gates. That's wonderful, and that was about 21 minutes walk. Yeah, pretty cool. In we go. I've got a funny story for you. When I first brought Isabel here, I was with my dad in the car and we told her we're going to a castle, and she was only a little tot. And when she saw it, she burst into tears and she was absolutely bereft. And it turned out she had misunderstood. She thought a castle was something for bouncing on. She thought we were going to a bouncy castle. That's what she understood from Cyfartha Castle. So there we are. Hopefully now if she was to go at age 18, she'll have a better reaction. It's not a castle anyway. I don't know why they call it a castle. Well, it's got some castellations on it, but it's not a castle. It's a big house. I'm just diverting off to show you something. I presume it's still here. Yeah, it is. There's a little mini railway track here. Look, in fact, there are two. I presume they're different gauges or something. Oh, there's a guy there, a flat cap and a cigarette by the door. It only runs every so often, so if you kept your eye on, I don't know, web page, I'm guessing, to see when it's on. Like special occasions, you know, and you have all kids riding on there. Me and my dad and Isabel have been on the mini train when she was little. Isabel's my daughter, by the way, in case you're new to the channel. Oh my god, whoa, there's a totally wrong camera. There's like a bird of prey going past. There's no point in me getting my zoom. Oh, it's landed, hang on. There it is. What is that big thing there? It won't focus, it's focusing on the leaves. Look, tunnel. I wonder if that's like where they stay when they're not in use. Yeah, I think maybe it is. I bet they're in there right now. There's a big lake beyond. I think before I do anything else, I'm going to find out if the museum is open and what time it closes. Cool, look at that. It's quite spectacular, isn't it? Even if it isn't the real castle. But you can see why they call it that, really. I've come up the top there. I was just chatting to that couple there. It's a gentleman with a dog and a lady pushing a pram. They're obviously grandparents. I said, God, that's a workout pushing that right up the hill. You need a motor on that. She said, I'll tie the dog on, I think. I said, what about the husband? She said, well, he's not much use. Look at my view right now. That is absolutely stunning. I'm wondering whether we should explore the museum today and come back another day to explore the grounds, because I think it's going to be too much for one video if I do it in any kind of depth, you know. And I don't really want to just do a quick skim through because it's just not my style. I don't find it satisfying if I don't get in and have a good look in all the nooks and crannies, you know me. Oh, it's flipping closed. Can you believe it? Well, viewers of Planet Immo, you're going to have to wait for another day to see the inside of that. You're all like, your appetite's whetted now. Sorry about that. But luckily we have the plan B, which is do the gardens today and that another time. Maybe I'll ring next time. But anyway, I know how easy it is to get to from the retail park now. So that was no trouble at all walking. And it was all easy to walk as well. Because, you know, sometimes you get there and it's like, oh, there's not a proper walkway and there's cars whizzing past you and you're trying to get around roundabouts and things and it's all a bit dangerous, but it wasn't like that. It was absolutely pedestrian friendly, 100%. I was rather hoping to read some boards in that museum and give you a quick summary of its history. I'm gonna have to rely on Google now. Something to do with crochet. I do believe, you know, a rich guy who, was it ironworks, something like that, had loads of people working for him, and of course he earned an absolute fortune and had great riches and could, you know, live a life of great luxury while all the other people didn't, basically, the usual story. And he ended up with a ginormous, great big massive house, which is now a museum. And actually there's a collection of ancient Egyptian things in there, which is another, you know, thing for contention, isn't it? But anyway, they are in there on display. Oh, look at that lovely shock of red there. Anyway, right, I better do some Googling and tell you properly what the history is before we go any further. There's a lovely kids play area up there. We'll go and have a look, and a cafe as well. I don't know if that's open. It's a little bit breezy now. It's a good job it didn't rain, isn't it? I've got my umbrella. Yeah, I was pretty much right there. They were ironmasters. It was the Crochet family. That was indeed their home. They were ironmasters of the Cyfartha ironworks, and Cyfartha very loosely translates as barking because there were lots of hunting dogs and they, you know, barked a lot, I suppose, presumably. So it was established in 1824. And that's it for the history. If you'd like a bit more detailed history of Cyfartha Castle, do feel free to Google it and you'll find it is on Wikipedia. I'm coming to the kids' play area. I'm expecting it to be pretty quiet because it's school hours at the moment. I used to come here with my daughter and we would meet up with friends first during the day. So they had many a happy memory from this one. Oh, I like him. Look at that beautiful carving. That's exquisite. There's somebody coming and I think they're gonna come on the play equipment. So let's just quickly film it. So we've got a little swing there, a little bucket one, a normal one. One of those netty things, little climbing frames suitable for the very little ones, and a slide, an ability swing. I'm always very pleased to see these, so that's a wheelchair friendly swing. The old classic speaking tube, so presumably there's another end of that somewhere. It's a roundabout. I've got a feeling you can get a wheelchair on this as well. Yes, you can. Ability whirl, so that's absolutely great. So I'm all for inclusivity where possible. This thing, it's like a hamster wheel. You know, do running or walking and it spins around. I won't try and demonstrate it because I'll probably end up on my backside. This is a spinny thingy. that you can get very dizzy in. Now this is no photography, but I'm sure they don't actually mind when there's nobody in here, because this is a splash pad, you see. So in the summer it's all squirty things and it's super fun, and you get little children running around playing in there to their heart's content and having a jolly fun time. Pretty sure there's a toilet here. Yeah, toilets here. I don't know if they're open at this time of year. No. Here's a climbing frame for slightly older kids. See, it's completely empty now. In fact, the only other person's just left as well. This reminds me of the witch's hat, but it's nothing like the witch's hat. Does anybody watching remember the witch's hat? It was like this really treacherous piece of archaic playground equipment where you could just get crushed up against the pole, basically, by this swinging ring. But you can't do that with this because they've modified the design considerably now, so it's all attached at the base. But it does spin around. It's like a climbing frame. Roundabout things. I still love playgrounds, you know. They never cease to interest me. I'm leaving the play area, but that's not it. There's actually more. So continuing the play area, we've got these bucket swings here, suitable for youngsters, you know, and you're worried they're going to fall off. So there's those, and there are some more of those by there, another set. And up another little bit of hill, we got these lovely rocking thingies. There's one for two there, like a little mini seesaw on a spring. I just skidded in something and I'm hoping it was mud, because I was looking at the monitor screen and not where my feet were going. And what do we have around here? We have a gigantic climbing frame. I'm not sure if that's coming out on camera because the red is really faded and it's kind of blending in with the background. But it's one of those rope climbing frame things that if you jump up and down on it, it shakes the whole thing. My daughter used to enjoy these. She used to get right up to the top and feel very pleased with herself. I'm going to head back down out of the playground and walk around the grounds a bit. Oh no, horror of horrors. Is that even focusing? Can you see that? Yeah, there. Look, horror of horrors. This is the GoPro I was just filming on that I do all my moving shots on. That's a monitor screen there. It's got condensation on the inside of it. That's what that is. It's not supposed to be there. It's the first time I've ever noticed that. The lens is okay, so I think it still films okay. Oh, it might be time to replace that at some point when it finally conks out. I've had a lot of use out of it though, to be fair. I've just nipped into the cafe to use the loo, and they're really nice clean toilets. There's a disabled one. Let's just have a little peep. Yeah, nice and spacious in there. There's a changing table as well in there for babies. Cafe looks really nice, big, clean, spacious.
Oh, that way.
There's more seating out here as well, look. Dogs welcome but must be kept on a lead. Yeah, that cafe was bigger and more spacious than the camera really showed, because I didn't want to film people, you know, eating and drinking and all that. But yeah, nice. It's raining now. Blinking typical. I literally just took my coat off because I was getting hot as well with all the walking around. Umbrella time. There's a few doggy bowls around with water in for the animals. That reminds me of an old-fashioned chamber pot, that one actually. No sooner did I get my umbrella out than it stopped raining again. It's been so on and off for days. I've just stopped to look at these. They're startlingly spectacular in their symmetry. I do believe they're merely seed cases by this point, and I don't know what flower they were, but they really caught my eye. They look as if they've been handcrafted beautifully. I've reached a little bit of a turning point here. There's a whatchamacallit thingy. Signposts. Yes, there's a woodlands walk with meadows, and there's woodland pools the other way. I'm going to do the woodland pools way, I think. The meadow way is up that way, up yonder. And the way we're going, which apparently has pools, is this way. Ponds, sorry, woodland ponds. I came up here once when Izzy was very little. And it was this track actually, it was this very path. She was very, very little, and my dad was with me and we were walking, and it was quite late into autumn, and we'd had a very non-windy autumn. I don't know, it was like a freak weather condition. We'd had hardly any wind at all, and the leaves were they were all on the trees, and they weren't supposed to be. They were supposed to have, you know, blown off with gentle puffs of wind and all that. Anyway, we were walking along this route, and then the leaves coming straight down as vertically as they can when there's no wind, you know. Obviously they're not going to come completely vertical because they've, you know, the shape they are, but it was bizarre. They were just raining down and you could hear them all landing. It sounded almost like a rain of leaves. It was really weird. Anyway, I can't say that we've had the no wind issue this year, or no rain for that matter. I'll come back out of the woods now, and before I go home I'm going to have a look at that lake. Oh, there's a lovely meander up around the woods and everything. Every so often the path branches off, so there's lots of little choices to make about which way to go, and I've ended up sort of gravitating back down here again. So for the regular viewers who are watching this as it goes up, on the night it goes up, you'll know that my daughter's home from university for reading week. She had a sleepover last night. just with one friend, and they seem to have had a nice time. They've made plans today, so she was going out for a long walk in the country with her friend today, so that's why I didn't, well, I wasn't involved with it, so I decided to come out anyway myself. But I am going to head back and cook her a lovely big stew, and hopefully she wants it for dinner. She probably will. She'll probably have worked up an appetite, won't she, I'd have thought. But if we couldn't get in there, I might assume I can film. I'm saying I'll make another video about it. I haven't actually checked if I'm allowed, but I'll do my best. It says there on this notice board, there's a brand new children's cycle track, free to use in Cyfartha Park for, you know, practicing riding on your bike and stuff like that. Free woodland wellbeing activities. Tennis, free. Did you know Cyfartha Park has free access to tennis courts? Just bring your rackets and balls. So there we are. Oh, look at this picture here. Little Welsh lady coming out of the smartphone. Immerse yourself in the stories behind Cyfartha Castle. I don't know if you can get that from that because it's all smudgy on the thingy. So I don't think I can help you with the QR code. It's a website. Here's a bit of Welsh for you. Welsh of the day. Dim baw ci. That means no dog poo. Glan helch ar ôl i'ch ci. I'm beside the lake now. I scrambled down that bank. I thought at any moment now I'm going to end up on my backside sliding down the wet grass, but no, I did it successfully. It's all good. It's lovely down here. I'm coming around the end of it now and pretty much heading towards the gate again. So I've had a lovely little trip out today, an afternoon trip out, just a short one for me. I'm going to head back to the bus now. I've got some things I'm going to do at home when I get back. I'm not going to film that today though. I'm going to keep today's vlog just as an out and about one, but thank you so much for watching it. If you're new to this channel, I make daily life vlogs here on Planet Immo, and if you'd like to follow more of them, do feel free to hit the subscribe button. Do give the video a like if you happen to like it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.